So I was just doing market research on YouTube, checking out women in their 50s. And I'm like, God, I am not typical. And I don't mean to sound like those women are better or worse, but it's something that I've experienced my entire life. Not being typical, being an artist, hipster, whatever you want to call it. Never expected to get this age. And here I am. I'm older and I'm not, I don't know, I guess I'm an aging hipster. Is that what I'll title this? Maybe, aging hipster. It just was so strange to me to see those women. And like I said, I'm not putting them down, but I've always kind of felt like an outsider, and I still feel like an outsider. And that's not a bad thing. And maybe, and hopefully if there's anybody watching this, you get what I'm talking about. It's just like that feeling though, that you just, you never fit in, and you never fit in. It's never stopped. You never changed. It's authentic to who you are. I guess I'm proud of myself for that fact. Like, I'm authentically an outsider. I'm authentically 100% freak for life. Never married, never had kids, mostly because I had terrible relationship issues. But never bought the house. I guess, you could be a freak and do any combo of those things. But I know that I'm frankly just a really late bloomer. So I'm just starting my business now. I'm 55. I wasn't just an outsider. I was like at really low self-esteem. Maybe you're an outsider whose parents were really hard on you, like the black sheep, and didn't get a lot of encouragement. That was me. So basically had to lift myself up on my own sheer force of will. I'm not going to say bootstraps. It was not bootstraps that did this. It's like sheer force of will, rebirth. And that's, I guess, what I love about the spirit of being the outsider, is that you have that part of you that's like, you're the fighter, you're the one who thinks outside of the norm, and so you're going to do things on your own terms and not in the way that most people do. But isn't it interesting though to be like no longer that 20-something hipster, and now it's like, now I'm older than my mom was when I was that age. And I'm nothing like my mom was at that age. Like, I look at myself and I'm surprised to see that I'm aging. Do you have that feeling too, where you look at your hands and you're like, who is this? Who is this person? I still feel like my 20-something-year-old self, although like more confident and smarter and more experienced. It just blows my mind. I've looked up a couple times as I'm doing research on my business, like what, 50-year-old women look like or whatever, and the gray short hair and then there's like the body issues we're supposed to have, and the dating issues we're supposed, like all these issues and I don't know, I'm not feeling the same issues. I'm not putting that down. I'm just saying, I don't know. It's interesting to age as someone who's a black sheep, outsider, weirdo, and just like, I guess if you're still there, you've been true to yourself, and that's a really cool thing. But just reflecting on the feeling of it, because I want to hone this channel. I'm trying to massage it to figure out my people, and I'm thinking, is that partially my people? I wanted to hit up like woman over 50, but it's just still feeling like an outsider, still feeling like my concerns are maybe not everybody's concerns, but somebody out there feels the way I do. Yeah, it's just I never, in my 20s, I never thought that I'd grow old. I think I thought I would die cute and young, I never thought that I would age. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this right now. I'm just sort of getting my YouTube reps in, so maybe nobody's watching. That's okay. It's just, I'm having thoughts. I'm kind of building on this, thinking about this, like, who am I? What do I represent? Who do I want to talk to? Because I know there's people out there I want to reach. Maybe you're one of them. Maybe you're not. If you're not, you're probably not watching. But yeah, what's it like being an outsider, being the black sheep, being the hipster, being the one who was the different one? And then you're around those younger hipsters and maybe they notice you, maybe you don't, they don't, but you're just like, yeah, it doesn't matter because I was a cool kid. I still am a cool kid. It's just an older version. That is an interesting thing though, you know, just like, I mean, that's why I'm starting my business now. I'm a late bloomer, and I realized it was one thing to be a poor bohemian in my 20s, but I certainly wasn't going to do that in my 50s, especially since rents aren't really quite the same. Things are a little more expensive than they used to be, aren't there? Yeah, that's basically my chat today. Don't know who's going to see this. I'm not even completing my thoughts, really. Just practicing, but I'm just reflecting on how it feels to get older when you never thought you would, when you never lived within the system. I think it feels a little different even, you know, because you're not even within the aging system. Like when, you know, you get emails or whatever trying to sell you on nursing homes or medication or conditions you're supposedly going to have, but you don't because you never bought into that type of system, that belief. Not that all hipsters, not that we're all the same, it doesn't happen the same, but I think there's something about living outside the system. If you stick with it, it feels odd. Because you can't, when you're younger, you can kind of skip outside the system a little, and as you get older, I don't know, it's almost like it wants to pull you in more, but it ain't gonna here. And like, even if I were going to go on a dating app, like, and I think about the kind of men I would meet, and I'm like, oh, yikes, you know, my age. I know there's somebody out there for me. He might be younger. Anyway, I'm rambling. Anyway, if you happen to watch all the way through and you think you might find me interesting in the future, I don't know. I'm just riffing right now. This is just practice. This is just getting my reps in, getting good. So a year from now, when I'm 56, I can look back and say, and be counting my millions and say, wow, look at me then. Please like and subscribe if you'd like, and leave a comment. Be kind. I love you, and see you next time. Let's talk later.